on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy going to discuss Spurs' battering of Copenhagen. 4-0 is live on talkSPORT. But first, big night for Liverpool in the Champions League. They beat Real Madrid 1-0 earlier tonight. Let's go to Diz. He's a Liverpool fan. All right, Diz?
All right, Diz.
Evening, lads. How's it going?
I'm all right, Diz. What do you make of the performance? Top draw?
I thought we went back to basics. We went back to what we did good last season.
Yeah.
And I think Slot needs a lot of credit because there's been, I heard you all last week. A lot of criticism came on Slot. People were calling up, maybe even calling for his head.
Yeah.
We actually went back to basics, went back to the solid team, and we're looking good.
Do you know, I'll say it and I'll say it again. I think Slot's he's gonna kick himself that he brought in new players and you improved the squad. Well, you say improved, but you brought in new players and he threw them all in. He threw them all in the deep end straight away. Early doors, Kirkes, Frimpong, Isak, Wirtz. You've played them all and it didn't quite happen. And now he's had to look at it and go, I need to revert back to what I know and what I was safe with. And the last two performances, Aston Villa and tonight, I saw the old Liverpool. And that's because you've got the old players playing, really.
Yeah, it is the old players, but I think, what he could have easily done is he could have done what a lot of managers do, which is just carry on going down the route of I'm sticking to my idea and going with it. But he's held his hand up, he's seen what's wrong, and he's tried to put it right. And I think that's a good thing for Slot. And let's see how it goes.
I think, eventually he's going to have to find a way that he can bring in Vert. I thought Vert's tonight, as I said earlier, when you heard, I think maybe tonight Champions League football kind of suits Vert's out on the left-hand side, away from the hustle and bustle of the middle of the park, where he can see the whole pitch. It's a little different. There's the physicality slightly different out in the wide
areas. He had a lot more space.
He's gone back to Bradley. I watched games. He started Slobosai, right back in some games, and he's kind of got those areas wrong. And I think Jay's 100% right that he's looked at it and gone, right, I need to bleed these players in as and when. I don't know right here, right now, how Isak gets in Liverpool's best 11. There will, of course, be a time where he does, and he will be forced into that team.
Yeah.
I don't know when that happens. Same with Wirtz, right? The same with Kirkes. But the fact that you've had to go and make these changes, spent so much money, he's almost had to try and make it work now. But then you look back and you go, maybe it was he's tried to run before he could walk with some of these players, and maybe it might long term have an effect on the season in terms of protecting your title. But I think long term, in terms of Liverpool's development, I think it's been a bit of a sharp lesson for him.
Yeah, but I think the main thing for the title is we just need to be there for around March time. As long time, we've still got a chance. I don't agree that the league's gone, and there's a long way to go yet.
Did you boo Trent? Was you there at the game?
Of course he booed him.
I was at the game, but I didn't boo, but everyone around me did.
Why didn't you boo?
He's done a lot for us. He's, 2 Premier League, Champions Leagues, some of the greatest nights we've had at Anfield in the last few years is down to some of his performances.
I agree with that.
But I understand why people have booed at the same time too.
All right. Thanks for your call. Let's go to Phil. He's a Liverpool fan. All right, Phil?
All right, Philly boy.
You all right, lads? How you doing?
All right, Phil.
I'm all right, Phil. Good night for you.
Yeah. Brilliant. I thought we were fantastic tonight. Absolutely unbelievable. I think I hope they don't forget to get Vinny Jr. out of Bradley's pocket before they go home. But that's not the reason why I wanted to call. It's about this Trent booing thing.
Go on.
I didn't boo him at the back end of last season. I'm a season ticket holder. I don't believe in that. You should never boo your own players. And I didn't boo him tonight because he did great things for us. Absolutely amazing things. But I do take it a little bit of when you call him a legend, because he's not. He's not a legend. He did great things for Liverpool Football Club and helped us along the way. He could have been a legend, but he traded that in to go to Madrid. And
but he is a legend. He is a legend, Phil. Come on.
No,
I know he's left you. I know he's left you, and that hurts. But he is a legend.
No, he's not. He is not a legend, because let's face it, we know how Madrid work. There is no way Trent Alexander-Arnold does not sign a new contract with Liverpool unless they have tapped him up somehow and said, look, we'll have you, but only if it's on a free. And he has then done that, and he's made his choice, and that's fine. I've got no problem with him making that choice and deciding how he wants to live his life, which is why I won't ever boo him. And I will remember, I remember, a good point is for me, I remember when Luis Suarez scored against us in Barcelona, and loads of Liverpool fans had a go at him because he celebrated. I'm like, you can't have a go at him. That's why we loved him. It's who he is. Trent's made his bed and he's laying it. He has been a great Liverpool player, and I think he's a superb football player. But he traded in his legendary status to move to Madrid, which is fine.
Can I ask you a question? Two questions. Is Van Dijk a legend?
Absolutely.
And if Trent had signed a new contract, would he be a legend?
Well, listen, if Trent had signed a new contract that saw out his career with Liverpool...
No, I didn't say see his career out. I just said if he'd signed a new contract with Liverpool...
No. He would have had a pathway to become a legend.
But he's won the same as Van Dijk.
What? He what?
He's won the same as Van Dijk. What you've celebrated since Van Dijk has been there, Trent has won the same.
Yeah, he has won the same, but Van Dijk has committed his career to Liverpool Football Club.
Right, so I'm asking you another question. I'll ask you again. If Trent had signed a contract, would he then be a legend?
No.
He wouldn't be. What's the difference between the two then?
No, Jason, stop twisting it. Van Dijk is at the back end of his career now, and he spent his best years with Liverpool.
What's that got to do with it? It's got
no.
It's got nothing. No, I didn't ask about what part of their career they were in. If you're saying Van Dijk is a legend, and he is, right?
Yeah.
Van Dijk has won exactly the same amount of trophies, medals for Liverpool, and Trent was alongside him in doing the same.
So does that mean every single player who has won trophies in certain sides become automatically legends? Because there
if you've been a massive player for that club.
No, maybe so. But listen, guys, there are plenty of players who play for Liverpool Football Club over the years who have been in fantastic...
No, but he won your first... No. He won your first Premier League title.
Maybe, but again, Jason...
He won your second Premier League title. The only two Premier League titles you've won, he was a mainstay at right back.
Football did not begin in 1992, Jason.
No.
There are plenty of Liverpool players who have won more than Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Okay, but I'm going to...
Okay. Very good players. They're very, very good players, but are not legends.
But the reason I've asked you about Van Dijk is because what argument you put forward with Van Dijk, I'll play my Trent card and say he's won exactly the same trophies. He's won he's won a Champions League, 2 Premier Leagues, Club World Cup, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. He's won the lot. He's won everything. Okay. Why is he not a legend then?
And there are Liverpool players of past who have won more than both of them, who aren't legends.
Name them.
It's not just
but name those players that have won more than that are legends.
Who've won more than that are legends?
You won your first Premier League trophy. You won a trophy for like a generation. The Premier League.
As usual, Jesse, you're talking absolute anti-Liverpool garbage.
Well, I'm stating facts. I'm throwing facts at you here.
Look,
I'm throwing facts.
I don't think you like to admit it because he left and he's gone to Real Madrid, but I don't care what you say. Trent will be classed, in my eyes, as a Liverpool legend.
If Van Dijk is, Trent is.
You can't get away. By the way, you got him for nothing, right? You got nothing for him, but you also got him for nothing. You didn't pay for him. You developed him through your academy, and he become on and done unbelievable things, give you unbelievable moments, won trophies, mainstay in your side.
What did Van Dijk cost? What did he cost?
80 million?
Right.
70 million?
So 80 million. 80 million. Trent nothing. Won the same trophies.